chill on the couch with us.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Bitchin' on the Couch. We've got some new bitches today. Let me introduce... Well, I say new, but I always keep introducing Ted Bull.
It's new.
It's new because it's a new segment. Ted Bull, welcome back.
Hello. Good to be here.
And, of course, June Kelly, you're back new again.
Oh, thanks, Fred.
That's all right. And Cameron. We've got another Cameron. It's not Cameron Kippen, if you're wondering. It's Cameron Lynch. And he's got a different accent to Cameron.
Very different.
You'll notice it.
Evidently, yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Don't call him Canadian. And, of course, the lady... media presenter, journalist, ex-weather presenter at 9 Perth, but she's doing big things now at the Heart Foundation.
He is hoping we can do some big things.
They've got no choice now because she's now working for the Heart Foundation. Welcome back, Candice Barnes.
Thank
you
well. Very much.
Good interview with John Burgess as well.
Delightful guy.
Fantastic.
Easy to do.
We've got 4 great topics today. The Master Ted, would you like to start fresh from Bali?
First off, I'd like to say it's lovely to have you here, Candice, from the Heart Foundation, because I know that if anything goes wrong, she's got a defibrillator.
She's going to give you
in a handbag. Yes, mouth. Well,
I haven't actually started yet, so we'll see.
He doesn't mind you using it as a teaching tool.
Well, we can practice. Let's talk about Bali, where I have just been. Now, most people think when Ted's in Bali, he wears a bintang T-shirt, sucks on a binny, buys rip-off watches, hangs around Kuta, and, you know, all the nightclubs. No, I went to the Kerabakan prison.
Oh, lovely.
And I had a chat to my mate, Schapelle, and said, Shappy, time we got out, girl. Been here too long. Let's do something about it. And she said, Ted, if there's anybody who can do it, you can. I said, done.
You've been having those dreams
You're
again.
off, yeah, but isn't it amazing
What do you think, this story that's come out?
Well, it always gets me with Schapelle that if anything happens, she always makes the TV news because she's still a fairly attractive-looking human being. Now, if she was ugly as a hot warthog, we wouldn't see this. But because she's sort of all that... Stay with us, Fred. Don't get emotional.
That's okay, I'm coughing.
I'm sorry, I know you defend hot warthogs, but on this occasion. But really, it's a lot of it has to do with those young Indonesians who worked as crew on those boats that have brought over the people from Indonesia who are in Australian jails.
Yep.
And they really shouldn't be there. So the Indonesians want to get them back, and she's part of the whole deal. So really, it's a little deeper than we think.
Now, is it the guy who made the decision? The governor, is it, of Indonesia?
You're the president.
Silo Bang Bang Yudhoyono.
That's the one.
Well, it's easy for you to say.
I call him Chitty Chitty Bang Bang when I'm over there, and they always laugh.
So when are you going back to Bali, Fred?
Well, when I'm deported back there. But apparently he made a decree the other day. He took 5 years off her sentence. Is that right? She's going to get out by 2017?
Well, they're still not sure. I mean, it's still not fully sorted out. I mean, it's very grey, and I really think it depends a lot on what the Australian government does these young Indonesians in jail here in Australia.
Do you think, looking back, without saying whether she's guilty or not, because we've all gone there, do you think she's going to get out? And do you think she's going to have it? Because they're already talking about a book deal for her.
Hasn't she already had a book?
Yeah, she's had one, but she's going to write a bigger story, obviously.
I would buy several copies of that.
I'll go down the panel, actually. Let's go down the panel.
She's going to be an extraordinarily wealthy woman when she does get out. That's all I can say. I mean, should you profit from being in jail? That's my opinion.
I think it's ironic that they're cutting her sentence by 5 years because I think that's the total time that the Australian media's wasted on this person. Because what insight are we garnering that she's still in a prison essentially? So I hope she gets out so I don't have to hear about her again.
Yeah.
Candice.
It's a crazy horror story. Everyone who goes to Bali kind of wonders now whether you're going to find a little something in your boogie board bag when you wake up at the other end, or you know, I think there's a lot of things that can be learned from this, and you know, if she is wealthy at the other end,
I say good luck to her.
She's sensible, Candice.
Yes,
she is.
Sensible person. You're sensible, Candice.
Thank you.
Well,
June, what have you got for us? You got a great story about John Travolta.
Yes. More drama from John Travolta as old screen dressing photos surface. He's actually not too bad looking with blonde hair at pulled back, and apparently he's had a white dress on.
I think it's the pink lipstick that really brings the outfit together.
Yeah. But I'm actually looking at this thinking after he's 58 years old and him and Kelly Preston have been together for 20 years.
Hasn't she walked out on him because of this?
Yeah, apparently she has. Well,
he wore her shoes or something?
I think that's what happened.
I was actually thinking, you know, she's been there, she's known about his behaviour for over 20 years.
So what's he allegedly done?
Well, he's apparently been...
Fucked up.
Frocked up. I thought you said it. Well, he also
and also the male masseuse. He's been they've
We
been
don't
saying
know,
it's
but
sort of
he was elsewhere when that was
But
going
he wasn't
on.
even there at the time, so...
it was a
So
bad
he
rub.
gave the massage to the masseur.
Well, I actually think the real problem with their marriage is that he's put on a bit of weight and he's stretching her clothes. Because, I mean, this has been going on for 20 years.
To be fair to John Travolta, he's copped a lot of flack. One for being a Scientologist. They first attacked him for that. He came over here for telethon, then he cancelled, and they said it had something to do with the church, blah, blah, blah. He's never been out of the limelight. It's more negative now than positive. The only people that do love him is Qantas, because he's always in the ads.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I wonder now, with this cross-dressing going on, that next time we see John Travolta... Exactly right. You read my mind. Yes.
On Qantas.
On Qantas.
Air hostess.
Host.
Can
I
you
get
coming
these
up with putting on the going through?
I think that can I get you some nuts, is
Can I
what
get
he
you
would
some
say.
nuts?
Yeah.
And what about you, Cameron?
I just think that there's worse things as a parent, an actor, a human, that being a cross-dresser.
Does it matter?
Is he No. Is he hurting anyone? No. It's not like he's got a meth addiction or he beats his wife or something like that. So I just think it's a huge sort of media beat-up. And plus, this was in 1997. He was clearly foreseeing his role in Hairspray, and that's why he did so well, because he's doing his research as an actor, and that's what I like to see. Absolutely. Stanislavski would be doing cartwheels in his grave.
Candice, what do you think?
These gay rumours have been going around since Grease and Saturday Night Fever days. I think part of it is jealousy. Part of it, hey, there may be smoke where there's fire. Who knows? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Look, I'll get to tell you now, these rumours about him being gay, there's no truth to it. Last night I was telling him in bed, I said, John, look, you've got to come out and tell people the truth. And then he said to me, Fred, I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. So
I would like to see him do the Barbarino dance in that get-up, though. That would be pretty amazing.
Thank you very much.
He's actually looking not too bad.
He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good.
Cameron, what have you got there? You got a...
Speaking of other good-looking pieces of meat,
Lovely
I
lady.
got to tell you, Gina Reinhardt in the news this week.
What a horn bag.
Oh,
I think
good
a children-
gravy. Good extra gravy with, oh my God. She earns, they equated that she earned $52 million per day last year.
How amazing.
At the moment, senior Labour MPs last night demanded Prime Minister Julia Gillard, they're both redheads.
Probably right
What's
there.
happened to politics?
Look,
I don't know
it's
what's
just-
going on.
We don't even know who the Prime Minister is
It's the
anymore.
central image of Gina Reinhardt floating in my head. It's
I'd
huge.
vote for
It's
Julia
actually-
Roberts,
Oh,
let me
I was
tell
gonna
you.
say, basically withdraw the approval for Gina Reinhardt to employ more than 1,700 foreign workers.
What's wrong with Australian workers? Why can't we... They speak English and they want
They're far too
more than
expensive,
$12 an
I
hour?
think. So, yeah, well,
What is it? Is that what everyone's objecting to? Because I think the unions are saying we've got 1,700 workers in Australia. Why are we employing lower paid
Well,
workers?
see what it is. It's to do with the fluoro jackets. See, the Chinese, these workers are going to bring in their own fluoro jackets.
That saves a lot of money.
Saves a lot of money, and there's even special ones for cross-dressers.
Let's say John Travolta wouldn't be seen dead in a fluoro
not
jacket.
past 1970, that's for sure.
Isn't the controversy being that the Gillard government has made a big issue about the class war, they've been calling it, where they've been making themselves be seen to the public as helping the lower class, the working class, not so much the wealthy. And they've been knocking Mr Palmer and the Fortescue Medal people, Andrew Forrester.
rich.
The super rich. And now all of a sudden they've gone into a deal which helps one of the richest lady in the world.
And she wants
It's
to
a
make,
hypocritical
she
deal.
wants to make more money, obviously, and she is running a business. So on the flip side, you know, it's cost reduction and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh,
I mean, he really.
Gina, you have my number. Just contact the website.
That's what he's asking.
Make sure you don't get Rose Hancock by mistake.
You've got to remember, there's
He's
also
going for the toy boy.
there's another
Absolutely.
big deal. There's another big deal that no one knows about, because I'm going to start the
Okay.
rumour
Yes,
right
go
now.
for it.
And this is it. Tasmania is a basket case, right? So we want to sell Tasmania. The deal is, if Gina buys Tasmania, she can have as many extra workers as she likes. There, done.
She could probably move her beautiful, happy children there too.
Final piece in the puzzle. Yeah.
Now, can I just say,
It's awesome. Yeah.
Candice, what do you think about Gina Reinhardt's legislation support by the government?
I think there's a little bit more behind it than's come out. I
Do you
don't
think the
it's
government's
as
made a
simple as
mistake
this.
and now they want to try to be seen helping business?
Not necessarily. I think that, having done a little bit of work with the mining sector, it's very, very hard to find the right employees. A lot of Australians
there
do
could be
want the
fairness
work.
in what they're doing.
I don't think they would be as stupid as that.
Do you really believe that?
I love you, Jude.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Where's the subtext here?
Do we need to move on? Yes, we do. Sonia says.
what she
Candice, it's your turn. You've got a great topic. Talking about moving on, this could be the Minister for Future Employees from Overseas.
Craig Thomson.
Whoa.
Wow.
How you doing,
Depends
fella?
what industry they're in, but
Yeah, you know, love him or hate him, he's in the middle of everything at the moment. For people who have been living in a hole.
I beg your pardon.
For people who have been living in a hole.
Prostitution. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes, he is alleged to have
He's been
consorted
in a
with
mess, hasn't he?
prostitutes for money. Not his money being the problem, being the money of
Allegedly.
the Health Services Union, possibly, allegedly.
He's got himself into a deep hole.
And I
he
think
came
he's
out.
digging it deeper and deeper
And I think
by
he's got help from the Prime Minister as well.
continuing this issue is not doing him any favours, but
Where do
it's
you reckon
great
he'll go?
for TV
What do you reckon
news.
is going to happen in the next... Today being the day we record the show, a week before it goes to air, so those people watching, Craig Thomson may have already resigned from Parliament by the time you see this. Do you think, today being a week before this goes to air, do you think Craig Thomson, what could happen with him? Where do you see him going with all this pressure he's getting?
I don't know whether he's guilty or not. I don't know whether he's guilty or not, but
Yeah.
I think that if what he's saying is true and that he was the victim of a big hoax, a big cover-up, a big smear campaign, then it's a successful smear campaign. I don't think that many people could trust him.
Is he going to recover from this, Candice? Do you
I don't
he's
think
gone?
politically he could, but I wish him all the best with his family. I feel really sorry for his family and all this.
Yeah,
really
I do too. What about you, Cameron?
Well, I mean, smear campaign possibly, but who'd heard of this guy before this actually came out? So it's like the Illuminati and the FBI and the Freemasons are all against him and stuff like that. And he is an imbecile. Like you see him ever like interviewed anywhere, and there's not a thought in his head.
He seems to change his story every time.
Absolutely.
He speaks.
And so he comes up with these sensational ideas, and it's clearly he's been caught. But I just don't think that he's got no idea of how to substantiate what he's done. And basically people go, oh, you know, he's allowed to love life and stuff like that, but not on my money. It's taxpayers' dollars he's spending. I want him to run the country effectively. I don't want him, you know,
Don't hold back.
And do you think...
well,
Don't hold back, Kat.
What about you,
It's only
June?
$6,000 for crying out loud.
hey,
What's
that's
your problem?
more than I earn in a
June,
year.
what do you
Come
think?
on.
What do you think?
$6,000 for high-class escort.
Yeah.
What do you think about the man and the episodes that's going on?
I don't think it's so much about him. That I'm looking at his family, his children, what they would be putting up
Politics,
with at the
Parliament.
moment. Yeah, and his working or his lack of work. That I mean, he's supposed to be working for us. He spent a fair bit of time doing other things.
On his
Now, if
back.
he gets charged, if the allegations do go to court and he gets charged and he is found guilty, he has to leave Parliament by that's the way the law
And that would
That's
be
ages
tested in a
away.
court of
Before
law.
that happens...
Do you think he's going to resign, guys? Because that was the question I wanted to ask.
I think
Ted,
so.
what's
No,
your view first?
he won't resign because politically he still owes allegiance to the Labor Party.
Well, he needs to keep them there.
Well, of course,
the party's
and
finished.
he owes because they've got him into this job and all this kind of stuff.
Do you think he's got a choice?
Well, yes, he does have a choice. Yeah, it's whatever the Prime Minister says, that's his choice. And I think the most important thing is...
But she also said there will be no carbon tax under a government.
Yeah, but mate, you forget that John Howard once said there'll be no GST whilst I'm in
But he did
government.
go to an election and people voted for the GST. That's
No, I
the
don't think they
only-
did.
Well, we have to differ.
Yeah, yes, yeah, okay.
Because you know I'm a Liberal and you're a Labor person, so we have to be seen to be different.
I'm a humanist.
No,
and
what do you
because I'm a
think?
humanist,
Honestly,
well,
this
I'm
story,
just,
how do you think it's gone?
I'm looking forward to the mini-series and wondering who's going to play Craig Thomson and who's going to play the high-class escort.
That might be a hard one.
That's the thing. If he doesn't work out in politics, his story will be sold to Michael Bay to make Transformers 4 because it's so sensational.
Can
I don't
anyone
think anyone's
anyone
gonna
see
believe it,
him
so.
recovering out of this, or do you reckon it's going to get worse? Because he's under a lot of stress. He came
I
out
think
the
his
other
health
night.
is a worry.
Yes.
I really, really do. I mean, seriously, all jokes aside, you worry about someone being under that kind of stress.
He's
and
already
what they
said
could
that
do.
he's being pushed to the brink.
Yeah,
You know, that was a direct quote from earlier in the week.
But where does it come to taking responsibility for your own actions? No one's put him under that stress but himself.
Exactly.
I think he's dug
So-
himself a hole, and I don't think he's going to get anyone to get him out. I think the government will fall on him. I think this government will fall, and it'll be the cause of Craig Thomson. But that's up to the Prime Minister, like Ted said. And time will tell if he goes to court, because he hasn't been charged with anything.
That's exactly right.
So we're actually attacking an innocent man in reality.
Well, we certainly are, and we're also attacking low-class prostitutes. What's
right.
wrong with low-class
Getting paid
prostitutes?
$750
You
per hour.
gotta start somewhere. Come on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
As high-class escorts, remember.
Oh, that's
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to Candice Barnes from the Heart Foundation and The Couch. Thank you to Cameron. You'll be back after the break with some showbiz.
Sure will.
Thank you to June, who'll be working on her fantastic John Travolta
I'm gonna message him and get some tips on dressing.
And Ted Bull, of course, you can catch him on Curtin FM Breakfast on.
No, I'm doing Drive next week. Drive next week.
Well, you have moved up.
Well, I'm cross-dressing too, but it makes for an interesting show.
That's Ted Bull. Thank you very much. That's Bitchin' for this week. We'll be back with more showbiz after the break.